Steve Blacknell here now with a tried and tested actor, writer, the man himself. He is Eddie Webber. Now, Eddie, welcome indeed.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
So, where did it all start for you? Where were you brung up?
Well, I come from Bermondsey, South East London, and yeah, through the years, I was just always interested in a bit of music and whatnot, and I went travelling around Israel for a couple of years when in my early 20s. Got involved in music, then come back to London, formed a band in London, and then the band folded up. So I thought, you know, what else can I do? And I thought acting. So I went to a theatre company called the London Bubble, which was a fantastic little company in those days, and it was run by a guy called Adrian Jackson, who's now gone on to be, you know, quite a name in that community theatre sort of stuff. And then went to drama college in Kennington, Morley College, with Jeff Bell and Johnny Harris and all that, and then got an agent, and bang, that was it, really.
Is it really that easy just to go through training, come out with an agent, and then you're a movie star? It surely is not.
Well, no, I mean, it's the universe, isn't it? It's whether you're linked into the universe or not. I mean, if you're linked into the universe and you've got your mission and you're following your mission, then yeah, of course it's easy, you know, because it puts everything your way. So the few people that did actually come out of our little college course, like I said, Jeff Bell and Johnny Harris and a few other people, they were tuned in to wanting to do what they wanted to do, and they done it, you know.
Was there a camaraderie between you all, thinking that, you know, you're going to be on the way up together?
No, that wasn't even a thought, really. I mean, fame and all that wasn't even an issue, you know, because where we was brought up, creativity was quite stifled, really, because my dad was a docker and Jeff's dad and they were into their own thing, and the word art meant painting, really, you know, horrible paintings, you know. We had to sort of do it through our own discoveries, really, you know, and so you get to a point, I believe, that creativity, if it's stifled, you know, can become like a cancer, really, you know, and if you don't get it out, but it's just a handful of people that just thought, you know, sod it, let's go, let's investigate it.
So tell me, Eddie, it's the first day of the first movie of your career.
Right.
Remind me what went through your head and how was it?
Oh, it was terrifying, absolutely. The first piece of TV that I'd done was Birds of a Feather, back in, it must have been 22 years ago. And I remember the first line I had was double egg and chips, you know, with Pauline Quirk there. So, but it was terrifying because I was doing theatre before that, and obviously, you know, when you're making film and when you're doing film, you've got to deal with camera angles and things like that, and not make yourself look a fool and turn away and do that. And when a camera's first on you as a close-up, you know, it's a terrifying thing if you think about it, which I thought about. So it was terrifying, yeah.
So when you got home that night, did you think, this is for me, or what went through your head?
Oh, you know, it was lovely. I'd just done my first TV, and that was it. I was on my way. I was on the mission, and then I started doing other little things like the detectives, the bill, and all the stuff that you do go through in them days. You know, actors where I come from, which were only a handful. You know, all right, mate, how you doing? Good, you know, the bill and all that. Yeah, it was nice. But there was a lot of TV in them days, which is finished now because of these so-called Murdochs and things like that have just sort of monopolised terrestrial TV now, and there's 1,000,001 different channels. You know, it's a very young orientated medium now, you know, because years ago, as you know, you just had BBC One, BBC Two, ITV and Channel 4. So everything was made for everybody in those days. So now what I think, because I'm not gross generalising now, but the majority of people that watch terrestrial TV are sort of middle-class people, because the sky seems to be for the masses, you know what I mean, with all these documentary channels and in-betweeners and, you know, it's... So I think that the arse has been taken out of terrestrial TV now, you know.
But you made the transition very well into movies. Just run by a few that have happened for you because you've had considerable success.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, you know, the first. I can't even remember the first one I've done. Yeah, I think the first proper one that I've done was Omar Bayer. What we was just talking about. It's got Rik Mayall in it, Tom Bell, and Mike Reed, Kathy Murphy, and all. And it was fantastic. It was my first sort of lead role in a movie, sort of thing. So that got out of the way, and then I made another one with the same people called Wish You Were Here, which was really good. I played a someone who converted to Islam, you know. Salim, I turned up, my name's Salim, people were like, hold up, what's going on here? And then The Business came along, the film The Business, there was another couple of little sort of low budget ones in between it, and then The Business came along and I got to work with Nick Love and Danny and Jeff and Tama and all the people we all know and love, and it just went on from there, and then The Firm came along, then Big Fat Gypsy came along, and then I've just got this other movie coming out next month called The Devil's Tower, which is fantastic. It's a zombie flick with Jason Mewes. You know Jason Mewes? You know, and Roxanne Pallet. It's a nice little thing. And plus, another little movie that we've just finished called Assassins, and it's with Danny Dyer and the two Kemp brothers. It's the first time they've been seen since the Craze, since they've done the Craze. And then I've got my own movie, The Power to the People. So yeah, it gets to the point now where you don't really think about it, where 20 years ago you'd think about this sort of stuff, about acting in front of cameras and doing all that, but now it just becomes a day's work really, or a job, you know.
And a job that sees many people passing. You mentioned a lot of people there who are no longer with us. Rik Mayall, for one.
What a beautiful man, a really, really gorgeous man, and I had a really good time with him on this film. Nutty as a fruitcake, absolutely nutty. But it had just been, excuse me, it was a couple of years after that quad bike accident he'd done, and he wasn't quite healed at that time, and he had this little, but what a beautiful man, you know, I miss him dearly. And Tom Bell, another great friend of mine who was a great actor through the 60s and the 70s, you know, who's died, and Mike Reed, yeah, no, they all seem to sort of, yeah, sad really, isn't it?
It's funny with actors, I guess, because you don't see the human side too well. I remember when I got back from Hollywood after an 8-year conviction over there,
Yeah.
Rik Mayall came up to me at a door and said, welcome back, we missed you. And I thought, what a lovely thing to say.
Yeah, no, lovely. I mean, the man had a heart of gold, and again, it's like people ask me about actors that I work with, like Danny Dyer and Jeff and all that, and they get caught up on their on-screen persona, but they're just the most beautiful. Like Danny is such a beautiful person, you know, and he's got all this bad press over the year about, you know, these sort of projects that he gets involved with, but he's an actor, you know, and that's what he does, he acts. But if you choose to get to know these people for who they really are, they're really lovely people, and Jeff Bell is a beautiful man, you know.
People with power indeed. I know Power to the People means a lot to you, but have you still now got the movie in your mind you want to make?
Yes, I've just finished it. I've just finished the script after rewriting, and yeah, I've got the script now. It's so funny. It's brilliant, and a lot of people are coming forward now that want to get involved with it. A lot of people were coming forward with it because we've got 6 episodes up on our internet site, which is called A Good Idea, our company, on YouTube, but it's spelled AGOODEYEDEER. When you see the logo, you'll see what I mean. So we've got 6 episodes that I wrote, and we shot them just to put our toe in the water, really, and just see how the industry would act, well, how people would act to it. And they love it. They absolutely love it. And it was getting, every time we put an episode out, it get 10,000 hits overnight and whatnot. So we thought, right, fantastic, let's make the movie. And the movie is a bit different than the actual Power to the People internet series, because obviously it's a bigger world, a movie world. So the internet series is just this boom, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there, just introducing characters to the piece rather than a plot of a story, basically about, you know, three people that get fed up with local politics, council politics at the moment. They decide to do something about it, and then it starts taking momentum and it starts going national and whatnot. Till in the movie they become prime minister. You know, so you've got the, you know, there's 4 working class people running the country. You know, there's a great scene in the movie where they get a telephone call once they become prime minister, and you know, they need an army to go out to Iraq. Going, yeah, but I won't give too much away because of it. Yeah, and there's some other little things going on. You know, I just come back from Edinburgh, you know, to meet some investors and whatnot. But I went out there, killed two birds with one stone, because my wife's got her. I hope you don't mind a plug. She's got her a theatre company that won awards out there called Story Pocket. You know, with this show called Arabian Nights. And the reason I'm saying this is I'm sitting here, I've totally lost my equilibrium. I mean, I was in Edinburgh in 1994 and it was great, you know, but now as a 50-year-old man, it's a different thing. I've come home just totally aware of my mortality, you know. But no, it's great. So it's a very productive, creative era at the moment. And, you know, as many hits as we can get help us with regards to the investment that we need to make the movie. So,
Eddie Webber, available on a screen near you soon for ME1 TV. I'm Steve Blacknell. Bye for now.